I don't like what's coming. And perhaps you are saying the same thing within your being. You don't like what's coming. It's been leading up to something major. Really, all of this energy that we've been feeling, it's been leading up to something very major. And now it's like we're getting there. We're getting there, you all, whether you like it or not. And do you have to like it? No, you don't have to like it. Um, Christine Mott, you got a notification. Did you get a notification, Christine Mott, honey? Because if you did, I hope you did, and I hope that makes you happy. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Um, Good morning, Debbie McClure. Good morning, Frank. If I don't say your name, it doesn't mean I'm not going to say good morning. I'm going to say good morning to everybody. I really am. Advanced beings to Earth. Well, that's probably in the cards too. It probably is. Yeah. Hey, hey, hello in Germany. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Guten Abend. Guten Nacht. Yes, good morning, you all. Good afternoon from UK. Bonjour. Ciao. Hola. Bom dia. Bonjour. Good morning in Alaska. Forest. Good morning, Gina. Forest in Alaska. That's wonderful. In Alaska, it's kind of cold there. It's like here. Hello there, Andromeda native. Yes, guten Morgen. Good morning, you all. Privet, a pivot. There's a pivot coming. There is. There is a pivot coming, and you all know it's coming. A big pivot. And it's going to tip the scales. The scales are going to get tipped, and it's going to get really bumpy. It is going to get extremely bumpy. That's right. What's a pivot? A pivot is when something is like kind of, I don't know, moved, altered. Let me do this. Let me stick this down right here. Let's look up the word pivot. When something is like moved, and let me see. Sorry, but you had to look at my laptop. Oh, this is really beautiful. Can we go there right now? That looked nice, but I don't know about too nice because you couldn't really hike. Yes. There you go. Thank you. A shift in power. So we got online, live stream, comment, dictionaries. We do. That's right. It turns around. We're going to experience a pivot. A pivot is coming. Pivotal. Yes, a very pivotal moment. We're entering in it right now, and I'm sure a lot of people know that we are. Oh, this is my natural color. When I went to visit my sister last week, she goes, Gina, I didn't realize how much gray you had in your hair. Are you going to color it? I said, no, I'm not going to mess with it no more. This is my natural color. I used to be a very dark brown. But that's okay. My grandmother was gray haired early, and so was my mother. So just forget it. Forget it. Yeah, that's right. Gray hair, that's right. It's a sign of wisdom. It's a sign of wisdom, you all. So I know we're ready. We're ready for a pivot. We are. You better be ready because it's no telling how this stuff is going to play out. There really isn't. In the very recesses of our mind, in the very recess of my mind, I have one thought. I'm going to keep it way back there, and I'm not going to speak it. I'm not going to speak it until its appointed time. It's going to be way back here, you all. There's going to be what's going to happen today? What's today supposed to be? AI Day, was it? Celebration of the accomplishments of AI. maybe. Yeah, good morning, East Coast Temple, you all. So you can, I thought, Gina, do you want to look at the headlines? No, no. I don't want to look at the headlines, you all. I know it's out there with a took at the front page of the headlines, you all. I don't want to look at it. No. Oh no, that's not. They can do their thing. You go ahead and do your thing, and we're gonna sit and we're gonna see what's gonna play out. You all, we are. You are ready for anything with God. What? He's got a new. His girlfriend is a robot. Well, what if he's a robot? What if he's advanced AI? Hello there, T. What 1414 talking about there? Um, accomplishes what humans program. That's right. There has been motherships here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. There's been advanced beings here too. Um, yeah, we heard that he is an alien. He's really all you have to do is look at the wealthiest people in the world who holds the majority of the wealth, then you'll know who literally holds the majority of the power. But then I'm sure there's someone behind the scenes who's even greater than they are. Um, yeah, body doubles 100. I thought about that. He has 10 children. He's going to make sure his bloodline stays here. He's solidifying his family tree, more or less. Admiral Byrd confirms the book of Enoch. Yeah, there's a lot more than well, we don't want to label children. We really don't. This is not kind of nice because we don't know beyond a shadow of a doubt. We don't. Not good to label. But yeah. You hear about the asteroid headed to us on the 25th. That's all I heard is like a thing like that. Did you hear about the asteroid that's heading to us on the 25th? I heard about it. I did hear about the asteroid that was heading our way on the 25th. But I'm glad that they put their telescopes back up. I really am. Asteroid the 25th. Let's see if we can find it, you all. What if this is asteroid is something much more? Asteroid 25, 2023. It's a 200-foot asteroid. It's Dragon Ball Z. There you go, Dragon Ball Z. A house size is all it. It's a house size. All right, 65 foot, you all. There's no animals, there's no reptilians or nothing on it. It's flying close. It's flying toward Earth today. And will it get too close? I don't know what they're saying about it. I really don't. But it's really interesting if you think about it. They're bringing the asteroids in the news more and more and more and more. The asteroids are making headlines when otherwise they really wouldn't make headlines. It's because you can look all down through there. Now they're talking about 2046. Somebody does have some kind of prophecy for 2046. Look at this. It's a space terror, a monstrous 590-foot asteroid. That was March the 20th, whatever, 590 foot. So, what was the title of this video? I don't like what's coming. I really don't like what's coming, and I don't like the turmoil that's going to come with it. And there's going to be turmoil. And the thing is, if it was just one event, just one, and no other domino effect, maybe that would be fine. But no, it's one event that's going to set off a whole lot of other events. It is as if we don't have enough events being set off. in this world. And some of those events are not very nice. Some of those events, it's an unraveling of our very livelihoods, really. Our very livelihoods, our very way of living in this world, looking at this world. It's being, there's a pivot. It's very pivotable. Now I want to say pivotal. It is, there's a pivot coming. There is. You have no fear. Well, you can't let fear in your body, or you won't have the strength to stand and face and be prepared. You are. We really do need to be prepared. And people say, "Oh, well, people have been saying this for years and years and years." Well, it does pay to be prepared. Prepared. It does, especially right inside of here. Um, can you message something, Ruth, honey? Oh, Beth, honey, I've got a Telegram. I rarely get on it. I really rarely get on it. I might see a message if I clip over there. I have so many people who message me and they've got something for me, and I don't ever see it. It's very rare that I am drawn to look at something. If my spirit draws me, I'm going to see what I'm meant to see. Yes, focus on Jesus. You rapture ready, you all. You're rapture ready. And if the rapture don't come when you have been prophesied it to come, then what? You'll still be raptured ready when your body and your soul is no more on this earth. Yeah. Just I hope that I hope that something becomes uneventful. Really, I hope there's really a non-event. I wish I could. I wish we could wish away um, ancient things that are predicted to happen. I wish we could, because of the chaos that it brings with it. If we could, but we can't. We can prepare for it. We really can. This is a very peaceful weekend. Something's on when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, 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 I'll be there. Yeah, that's right. And the sky will recede like a scroll. But then if you think about the plasma event, the plasma apocalypse, that's supposed to be happening in the sky. They describe the plasma apocalypse like the sky receding and something like that, you all. They did with the plasma apocalypse. How's that going to fit into this? Is the plasma apocalypse, with that, the entity is going to be sucking up everything that is organic, like organic humans. And that's why the militaries, I think I got this right, the militaries of this world, they started doing something to the humans so that when this plasma event happened, they couldn't get up the majority of the, no, come on now. Listen to that. So we can twist that too. So with that plasma apocalypse, and there's experts in this plasma apocalypse, it gets organic life forms, and it plants its tentacles into the earth and stuff like that. But it don't get the majority of the humans because they did something to their humans and their body is no longer organic. Means it's been altered. But the bodies that have not been altered, they're able to go up. And I think how it goes, they build them a ship and they try to time it to where that apocalypse thing occurs so they could go through the portal before it closes, because they don't want to be here either. Yeah, something like that. You could say, Gina, that could be like you could say maybe that's a rapture like event too, really. And then they have a fake alien invasion that some say, well, they're going to say the rapture was a fake alien invasion. It was an alien invasion when the people were raptured out of here. Some say that the word rapture is never found in the Bible. Well, it's not, but there's passages that kind of lead up to that, like in a blink, in a twinkling of an eye, boom. But then we know that's going to be a big, terrible, terrible time on the earth, you all. That's what's prophesied. It's like the Matthew 24, really terrible times on this earth. Something happens, and people are left here. People are on this earth having to go through that. I don't like that. I don't want to see a time of distress unequaled from the beginning of the world, never to be equaled again. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be here for it. But if I am, I just pray that I have the strength that I need to stand for the moment in time that I have here on this earth to stand. And I pray that you all have it too. The strength on the inside and the wisdom, everything you need. I pray that you are well equipped to face what is coming. And it may not happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. It's all this stuff has been gradual, building up, building up, building up, building up. And we're going to see it, boom. It's going to hit a plateau, and then boom, it's like then more things start happening. Um, Describing God, people being lifted up and taken away. Well, the plasma apocalypse is something like that. And what would that solar flash be, you all? Really? Awake. That movie, Awake. Somebody was talking about, are you having trouble falling asleep? Oh, I'm looking at this. It says 444144 up there at the top on my side. Let me screenshot it. Got it? Done. Okay, I got it. I got it. I did. It says 444144. Now it went to 145. We got it. Yeah, I'm going to share that in the community section after this video is done so we can see the 444144 and what we were talking about in it. That's right. We got it. You got, let's see this, you all. Vonda, honey, you got it? What's wrong, Vonda? You okay? 438 here, you all. So what was I supposed to be? Yeah, the plasma. Oh, yeah. And if we have that solar flash, the movie Awake, when we was doing a video about, are you having trouble sleeping? It was late one night. And someone said, well, the movie Awake, it was about like a big solar flash, like a Carrington event occurred, and something that came from the sun, something that came from the sun fried the electronics or something, and it kept people from being able to go to sleep. So they were awake. They were awake. And they found this one girl. I never heard about it. This one girl could sleep, and they wanted to do experiments on her and stuff. They wanted to sacrifice her, but her mother tried to save her and her brother. And then her mother wanted to try find somebody who would take care of her daughter because she couldn't go to sleep either. And then found out her brother, he could sleep. But then they both sat there and thought within their mind, how can we sleep? It's because we died. We died. We went into the water. We died and we came back to life. And then I thought, well, that's very symbolic right there. As you want to look at that as from a spiritual point of view, really, if according to that movie, I can look at it from a spiritual point. Being immersed in the water, symbolic, you come back up, you're dead, you die, that old you dies, comes up and you're alive. You can say that about a rebirth on the inside of you. You were dead until, boom, that love entered your heart right there. Boom, you came to life. You became a new being inside that body. That's what I equate it to. Never heard of it before, you are, but there's something is coming. There is something coming, and just try to tune out the negative if you can. The negative that's really bad mouthing and stuff. There's a lot of bad mouthing going on, and you don't want it to get into you and just like, because if you let it, it's going to sink its roots inside of you, you all. It is. You can be aware of what's happening. You can be aware of how things are playing out and why they are playing out. You can. And you can have the strength to go forward regardless. And what was this about? Um, is there a lockdown coming? Is there another lockdown coming, you all? Have you heard something about a lockdown coming? Um, Frosty the Snowman. That's right. I love that when she brought him back to life. That was so precious with Frosty the Snowman. Yeah, happy birthday, he said. Good morning. That's right, Blackjack Gator. Yeah. Um, yeah, we don't want no more of that. We don't and it may not even be for the reason that it intentionally was meant to be, but maybe what it was meant to be really was thought about way down the timeline of Earth, really, and it was implemented. Um, they're closing. They're closing down the bars in Ireland. Why, Joshua? Why are they closing the bars down? Um, oh, JJ, yes, a test. Did you pass the test? It's like on the Lord of the Rings when Frodo said, "If you like it, I will give it to you." And she goes, "I do not deny that I have always wanted this." That ring. With it, she become a dark, whatever, more powerful. And you see her body shaking and stuff like that. And then she comes back to her senses. She goes, "I passed the test. I passed the test." She passed the test, even though she was tempted by the power of that ring, you all. She passed it. Oh, did you smile? Smile because that's frequency. Smile and mean it from your heart because frequency does matter, regardless of what they want you to think. They don't want it to get out that your frequency does matter on the inside of you. It does. You as Vonda, honey, you don't mind. You go ahead, Vonda, honey. You can vent. You can vent on here. That's right. You can vent, you all. You can you can do it in a kind way. That's right. It's all right, you all. You can do it. You passed the test. Yeah. The scary movie. Um, Hugs and love. That's right. Joy in your afflictions. Oh, your aunt lives in Kilnari. Mm. So, what's coming, you all? I'm not. I want to. I want to show you something. Just let me just do this one thing. Just let me do this one thing, you all. That's just one thing. I'm not gonna open my mouth. I'm not gonna open my mouth. Okay, see. No, no. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, no. Mm-mm. There's I was always told, and I read years ago when I was a young girl and a teenager, nothing happens by accident in politics. It's all carefully planned. It's carefully planned and orchestrated, and boom, just like there's a time and place for everything. Listen, so just think about that. There is a time and place for everything that happens under the sun. A specified time, a specified place, and then it takes us to there's nothing new under the sun. What has been will be again, and the past will be called into account. It says God will call the past into account. So even the past that happened at a certain specified time in a certain way, it will be recalled too. See how it's like a cycle that keeps repeating over and over and over again. Yes, there is a time, there is a season. There is a season for everything. That's Ecclesiastes. There is a season That's perfect. Ecclesiastes. Um, yeah, it's what it says. For everything there is a season. That's what it is. Ecclesiastics 3, 1 through 8. It's Sunday. It's time for everything there is a season. You can see it right here. For everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Can we get an amen? Because that is true, you all. There is a time for everything, and there's a reason for everything that happens, you all. So, yeah, we've seen a lot of that play out. We have a lot of it. A time to cry, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time that we break down, and a time that we build up. There's a time to kill. It's not nice. You can kill somebody with your words, you can kill relationships, but then there's a time to heal others and heal your relationships. Um, a time to gather stones and a time to scatter them, cast them away, separate, a time to embrace and a time to refrain. Yeah, you don't want to sit there, give me a hug when you're not supposed to, when the situation is not right, the circumstances are not right. But then there are those, a time to embrace when you know you need to, a time to lose. We lost. We lost a lot. We did. We lost a lot. Everybody on the face of this earth has. These past few years, some would say even hundreds of thousands of years, you've lost a lot. Um, but there's a time to keep. You may be at that point. No, I've lost too much. I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep what I have now. I'm going to keep it. Going to keep it right here. No, because I'm not going to lose it. Um, a time to rend and a time to sow. That's right. A time to keep silent. That means keep your mouth shut. Um, a fool's mouth gushes out folly. My daughter had this teacher, and I'm not going to say what her teacher referred to him when he would speak, something of the mouth, but that's it. So yeah, a time to keep silent and a time to speak. That really does mean a lot right there. When you know how to keep your mouth shut and not open your mouth and stick your foot in your mouth and interject into things that you shouldn't really be interjecting, because it's going to cause a lot more trouble. You could get a lot more peace when you learn to keep your mouth shut. Just because you're thinking about it don't mean you have to speak it. Just because you're angry and you want to lash out at that moment in time don't mean that you should, because if you do, chances are you're going to break down your relationships and whatever, when you should be building them up. You can practice self-discipline and a time to love. There should be a time all the time, and a time to hate. Um, I hate evil. I don't love it. I don't. I love people. You love people. We want to live in a world full of love, and then a time for war. Uh, We're at war. We're at war now. We are. We may have thought that we were in peaceful times, but were we really? Maybe a form of peace, but we're at war on this earth. Humanity's at war. But one day, humanity, life on earth, what's left of it, there will be peace on earth. There will be. There's no doubt about it. Don't let no one ever tell you there will not be any peace on earth. I know how it says that when they say peace, peace will come utter destruction. But after something like that happens, peace has a way of happening, and then you heal. You heal. Yeah, that's our lesson for today. It is, and thank you for everything. There is a season. Whoever brought that up. Of course, it's all in our mind too. They made a song out of it. To everything, turn, turn, turn. That's right. Go listen to that song. We ain't gonna do it here, but yeah, I'm gonna go. You also, I don't like what's happening. I don't like what's coming. I don't. You don't like it either. We want our time to love, and we can still love. We can still love, even though we're in war. We can love each other. We can love for our fellow man. Love for those like that. If you love those who love you, it says, if you love those who love you, what good is that? So yeah, I'm going to go. So just prepare yourself on the inside and stay strong no matter what. Don't be opening your mouth when you should be keeping silent. But if you feel you got to speak, go ahead, speak your truth. And then, yeah, we got to build each other up. We can't be tearing each other down. We can't, you all. There's no time for that. They may say there is a time. Well, that time is done past. We've already been tore down. We have. They tore us down. Now we've got to heal. We got to build up. They're not going to build us up. We got to build each other up. That's what we got to do. Build each other up in love. That's the only way going forward. That's the only way to be strong. God is love. You got it on the inside of you right here. We can do it. We're going to do it. We are doing it. And that's why the war's still going, because we're still doing it. We didn't give up. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. My hair that's the natural color of my hair. Okay. My grandmother was like Native American. Her father was full-blooded. And her hair was completely gray at a very young age. Yeah. So have a wonderful rest of your morning. You all, love you. Don't ever give up. Thank you, Apple Brooks, honey. If we got any other moderators on here, thank you.
I've seen a lot of spiritual phenomena in the emergency department, which could not be explained by medical science.
We know that people are having these spiritual experiences.
They're widely reported by people who have nothing to gain by reporting them. And those experiences shouldn't be written off.
One or two experiences is anecdote, but many is data, and we can learn from it.
I think you would be hard-pressed to find a single moment when there weren't any number of prominent philosophers, poets, theologians writing about, arguing for belief in the eternal pre-existence of the human soul.
An entire universe opens up to us and we understand who we really are.
The heavens are speaking to us. We want to make sure that we're listening.